Tonight's topic is the good, the bad, and the ugly of when it comes to leveling up in life when you work on yourself. You see, in my past videos, I always say you can't go wrong with working on yourself. Of course, leveling up, getting more fit, getting jacked and chiseled, reading more books, working on your mental game, your mental fortitude, understanding how the world works, becoming more worldly, more knowledgeable, understanding the game of life, working on your assets, your money, your income. All these are great. I mean, if you think about it, can you really go wrong in working on yourself? Well, obviously, the pros outweigh the cons. But nevertheless, there are cons. And just like when you level up, you attract more people towards you, your aura sticks out, it radiates that much brighter, you're going to attract many things. Your aura cannot pinpoint and attract with precision what you especially want, just the good. Like, yeah, sure, you're going to attract the more high quality women in your life. If we're talking about them on a rating scale, talking about the 8, 9s, and 10s, of course. But hey, from my experience, I attract them all. The older the women, the grannies. Hey, sometimes that's not your cup of tea. That's certainly not my wheelhouse, but nevertheless, they all come. And of course, you've had some stories where you're going to attract the same sex as well. And if that's not your cup of tea, then that unwanted attention may be that side effect that we're talking about. That's a con. But like I was saying, when you level up, you're going to naturally rise above the pack. You're going to rise to the top, the cream of the crop. You're going to stick out, and stick out like a sore thumb you will. And of course, when you get up there in that lofty position, you're going to have admirers. You're going to have fans. You know that saying, girls want to be with you and guys want to be you. But of course, the flip side is you're definitely going to have haters. And the haters will be loud, and they will be clear, and they will hurt if you're not prepared. You see, haters in the crowd, they're going to be lobbing those eggs, those rocks at you. And if you're not ready to dodge, you might just get scuffed up. For example, today, I was on the subway ride. Just a random woman bumped into me. Give her a little look, like, okay, what's up? Waiting for an apology. No apology? All right, like, rude, but okay. I was with a friend of mine. We were talking. Sure, no harm, no foul. Just a little bump. I mean, this is New York City we're talking about, right? Happens every day. So I returned to talking to my friend, and hey, guess what? She wouldn't stop. Started berating me. Started throwing out racist remarks, and I ain't gonna lie, I had to stand my ground. Naturally, I won't respond to these and just walk away, but hey, when you start throwing some racist comments, up to a certain point, I got my own threshold, man. The boundaries being breached, your boy has to retort. And retort I did. Hey, had a little back and forth with her, and she went about her way, but it got me to thinking. Why does stuff like this happen? And this isn't just the first occurrence. I would say something like this happens perhaps once or twice a year to me. People are always trying to cause some drama, pick a fight. And the friend I was talking to, he said stuff like this just never happened to him. And I got to wondering, this is just in my adult life. Let's not even get to childhood. If you watch my previous video, you know. Girls and boys, I'm not immune to anybody. Everyone wanted a piece of me. I was picked on every single year, no matter where I went. Strangers, classmates, friends. Hey, I don't know what it is about me, but perhaps it's my haircut. I mean, this crazy woman was saying my haircut was lame. Perhaps it's the mushroom haircut, you know? When I was a kid, it was way more pronounced. My mom used to cut it. Straight up a bowl cut. Perhaps it's the shape of my head. I mean, it is rather distinct. A woman that I've known back in high school. Recently, I ran into her after almost 20 years. She said she remembered me by the shape of my head, from the back of my head, because she used to sit behind me during Spanish class. But you know what I'm trying to say here. If you have some distinct features that allow you to stick out, stand out from the crowd, for the better or worse, you're gonna attract many things. Just like a lantern, a fire. You can attract butterflies, you attract moths, perhaps even mosquitoes, the entire gamut, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's not all rainbows and roses. And you gotta be prepared. Because stuff like this, if it happens to you and you're not ready, hey, somebody just might get hurt, and it could be you. For example, another one. This is a few years back. I was crossing the street. Some guy in the truck, he honked at me, but I was right in the middle and we will still walk. I mean, as soon as the light changed, this guy wasted no time to honk at me, and hey, instinctually, I just stopped walking, stood right in the middle of the road, faced him, gave him a big middle finger, just like Grand Theft Auto. Now, of course, these are just stories that I tell you for examples. Definitely ain't my proudest moment, because you never know. When people got nothing to lose, they do some crazy stuff, man. I could have easily lost my life, because trust me, when I gave that middle finger, I stopped and I started walking. I looked back. This guy had gotten out of his truck. He just stopped right there. He didn't even move the car. He just got out and was walking towards me. But luckily, I was on a university grounds, campus grounds. I was already pretty much deep inside. So, I guess he just kind of got back in his car and drove off. But like I'm saying, what have you got to lose? Is it worth it? You know, as a man, of course, sometimes you just gotta stand your ground. You know what they say. Mama didn't raise no bitch. Best believe it. If you're being attacked like that, sometimes you just gotta fight back. But hey, if you got stuff to lose, let's say you got wife, you got kids, you gotta train yourself. Think about it. some crazy person trying to pick a fight with you obviously is already crazy enough. A normal person ain't gonna start anything on the streets, in the subway. So he's or she is already coming at you with something, well, less to lose than you, because they ain't thinking right. They ain't thinking straight. You gotta know to temper yourself. Watch yourself. Keep your eyes peeled and your mind sharp, aware of the situation. Understand, you can't have one without the other. All the goods comes with some of the bad. You will have fake friends. You will have frenemies. Perhaps friends that grew up with you and they never really leveled up themselves. They've gone stagnant, festered, stuck in the same rut. And if they watch you constantly level up, once you start getting girls, start to overshadow them, because sometimes it's all in the mind. And that they let the jealousy and hate overtake them. Gotta keep your eyes peeled. Especially those that you've accepted in your inner circle since childhood. You gotta reevaluate some of these folks. These are the most dangerous of them all. They have already infiltrated your inner circle. So you trust them. You won't think anything of them. You are actively sabotaging yourself to help them and make excuses for them. You don't even know it. But of course, you don't. You're not aware of this. They were your childhood friends, perhaps even best friend. That's why you gotta watch out. When you change your life drastically for the better, watch what happens to some of these friends. Do they suddenly disappear? Do they give you backhanded compliments? Start talking crap behind your back with other friends, to other friends? Notice how when you're down in the dumps, they want to be that savior. They want to help you out. They're always there to pick you up. They're in that higher position, that savior position. And you adore them. And they like that powerful feeling. But once you have something they don't have, they start becoming spiteful. For those of you who've watched my previous videos, you know who I'm talking about. Yep. It happened to me. This is all true story. I know the feeling. And I'm here to warn you. Let you know. Not everyone wants to see you rise and succeed. There are many that prey upon your downfall. And those type of people, some may just be closer than you think. Much closer. Hell, some can even be family members. Luckily, I don't think I have any blood relatives that secretly prey upon my downfall. But hope this is something that triggers your mind to think, get the wheels turning a bit. And yeah, that's all I got for tonight. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.